Thank you for tuning in to Abundant Moments. For the most part, we are surrounded by basically the same people every day. We're surrounded by our family, our coworkers, our neighbors, sometimes even the places that we frequent, the stores that we go to, it's the same cashiers there. And we get to know people and they get to know us, some, a more deeper, intimate level, others just, know us by name or by face. But a lot of times we are surrounded by people who don't celebrate us. Sometimes we're with people that put us down. Sometimes we're with people that are jealous or envious. And so they tell us that we can't do things. Sometimes we're surrounded by people who just have a negative attitude and they've never really done anything with their life, so they don't want anybody else to either. So we have to make sure that we surround ourselves with people who celebrate us. Now, I'm not talking about, wanting somebody to put you on a pedestal or just being around yes people or people that praise you, but we need to be around people that know that we have potential and that potential can be realized and fulfilled. If not, we will be at that place where we just sort of settle in our life and we think as they speak to us that we can't do it, that we're not worth it, and we allow those things to come into our mind and they become who we are. When you look at David, you see that David was just a young boy. He was a shepherd boy. He was the least in his family, the least favored in his family. And as his father had asked him to go to the battlefield to check on his brothers, he got there and Eliab, his oldest brother, he sort of put David down. When David asked and inquired, why is everybody so afraid of this giant? It had been 40 days. Goliath had been coming out and taunting the children of Israel. And so David knew God. He knew the covenant that he had with God, that God would take care of him. And so David's looking at his brother and he says, why doesn't anybody go up against him? Well, David's older brother Eliab did not celebrate David. He was envious of David. He was jealous of him and he just thought he was nothing and he would never amount to anything. So Eliab looked at David and said, why don't you go home and take care of those few sheep that Father gave you? In other words, David, you're young. You'll never do anything. What you have isn't important. You just have a little bit of sheep to take care of and just go home and take care of those. At that point, David had a choice. He was with somebody that didn't celebrate him. And he could have either said, yeah, he's my older brother. He's wise. He's the eldest. He's sort of in charge. I need to listen to him. He thinks I can't do it, so I probably can't. Or he had to look at himself and say, I have what it takes to go against this giant. I know the God in whom I serve, and I'm in covenant with him, and I can do this. I'm so glad that David chose to believe in God and what God had placed in him. David didn't listen to the negativity. He didn't listen to the putting down of his oldest brother, but he said, I can do this. And we know that he went and he defeated the giant. He went on later to become the greatest king Israel ever had. And I believe that David realized the importance of not listening to the negativity of those that were around him. And because of that, he did great things with his life and was a great blessing to people and to the kingdom of God. So I encourage you today, if you're around people that are negative, don't allow that to get in you, but find some people that celebrate you. Not just people that say, oh yeah, you're all great, but people that celebrate you. When you make a mistake, they say, you know what? No, that wasn't the right thing to do, but let's get back on track here. People that really see the potential in you. They're out there. Surround yourself with them. Then the others that are sort of negative and maybe envious or jealous, still love them, but sometimes we have to love at a distance. Jesus even had to leave Nazareth because the people that he grew up with didn't believe in him. So I encourage you today, surround yourself with people that celebrate you. God has great things in store for you. Thank you for tuning in.